Yes guys, hope you're all good. Welcome back to a new video on the YouTube channel. This is going to be another breakdown of gold before the week. I'm going to make it short and sweet, straight to the point. I don't want to waste your time, so let's get straight into it. Firstly, what I'm going to do, there's an indicator here called the 50 pips round number sol. So if you do use TradingView, you can use that to put onto your chart. And all it is going to do is plot on the psychological numbers going up in 50s. So if we look to the right hand side, you've got 4,500. 4550, 4600, 4650, etc. What we can now do is just have a look at the market and see which areas price has liked to react at. So what you're doing, you are combining round numbers and psychological levels alongside key levels within the market to try find some confluence. Okay, so if we're just looking currently where price is, I can see that historically now we have been respecting this level at 4,500, and all I'm going to do is extend this zone to the right hand side. If we go a little higher, we can also see that price has been respecting this level here quite heavily in the past. So if we just have a look, you've got support all the way around here, break, retest resistance, break, retest support. Because this level has pretty much worked most times it's been hit, what are the chances of price coming back up to this zone and reacting? Probably quite high. Okay, we've also, if I'm just having a look at this market, and again, I've not actually analysed the market yet, this is just off the rip. We can see that up here, this has also been an area where price has wanted to respect as price has gone on and as the market has moved. So for now, what I'm going to do is just try build a little bit of confluence in and around the market with what I'm trading. So I'm just going to add a trend line just for visibility. So if we have a look, price has broken out of this trend line now, which is quite good to see. Price did historically as well break out of this area here. So price was channeling down. Actually, it was a bit more aggressive to start with, something like that. We did then break out, come to retest the low at the round number that we was interested in, and then price has pushed higher. If we draw a Fibonacci, let's just have a look and see what price might want to do. We can see that on the previous week, we have violated the 38 on this retracement. 50 worked absolutely perfectly, and then you have the 61 perfectly in line here, but no real key level that I want to work with. However, if we look historically at this market, look what's happened. We had resistance, support, support. So what I can do based on previous data, I can have a look and see if this would be an area that maybe would be tradable. We can see that when price came back into this zone here, if I just get rid of these lines for a minute, you can see that we didn't really respect it until more recently, where we had a bounce, a retest, and then a bounce. So I am pretty happy to now keep that level on. So what you're doing when you're looking for key levels, guys, is basically looking at how well price previously respected the level and then what it can potentially do in the future. Picking out a random level in the chart is not going to be as good as picking out a number or a level where price is wanting to bounce. So what we could look to expect to see, if I just draw a Fibonacci from this move down, is price to come back up into this 46.50 level, which would look something like this. If I just mark this red, would potentially look something like this. So you could short the retest of this trend line. Your stop could either cover the high to be safe or cover the last candle before the break, which is what I like to do if I'm being a bit more aggressive. Then in terms of a TP, you could look to aim for the low. So a more aggressive entry would give you a 2-to-1 risk to reward, which looks quite good in my eyes. In terms of the long, with the key level and the fib, you'd be looking at something like that. Either cover this low, like so, or cover the most recent candle, and then same again, you could target something like that for a 1.8R. So if I now just get rid of my round numbers for a moment, this is what the chart then looks like from a clean standpoint. I've got my levels here, I've got my levels there and there, so this could be a good action, a good level to trade in price action, whether it be, price comes back in and seeing a retest. However, as well, what I would expect to see is that maybe this would be an ideal play, but it's very unlikely, would maybe be something like that. Retest in, down to this, in, and then again, this level looks good to short. The likelihood of that actually happening next week is very unlikely in terms of a move this big, borderline impossible. But we've seen it before where it can happen. But overall, from a 4 hour perspective on gold, I'd be looking to short the 4650 area, and I'd be looking to long the 4400 area. So all links to everything are going to be in the description, whether you want to join the free group, whether you want to join the group where I actually send my trades. Everything is going to be in the description. Any questions, drop them in the comments, and I will see you in the midweek video.